Okay, let's try this again. The first annual Rose of the Alps Beauty Pageant is in session.
Do we really have to?
We did WWE last week.
Guys, I don't know if I can do the talent section. My back is still recovering.
Can't we just watch a movie?
Ugh, fine, but I'm choosing.
Welcome to another episode of Strangers in the Alps.
Welcome to another episode.
What the? He's saying the same thing,
I'm
but
trying.
louder.
I tried to amp it up.
A slasher podcast.
Slasher podcast.
I'm Dan.
Swear to God.
I'm Travis.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Frank.
Frank. No, did you ever? I'm trying to be.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You need to move your
Play
mic.
it
I'm
out,
trying
Travis.
to be
Play out the
like-
humor.
Like, the song "Insane in the Membrane." It's
I
like
do
You're not
insane in
insane
the brain.
You're just freaking annoying.
Okay.
You're annoying in the membrane.
He accepts it. It's-
Okay.
Hey, it's time for another rowdy catch-up.
That's not how it goes.
It is a rowdy catch-up.
Excuse me, the ketchup is
Am I really the one to go now? Can I play something?
Yes.
I'll go first, but I have
Yes.
to play something.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
That's a tap dancing to Eastbound and Down.
Oh, it's part of the show.
Exactly.
I thought you were just
I
playing.
I don't make this stuff up, man.
I thought you
My
were.
wife tap danced to Eastbound and Down,
You didn't
and
hear
I
the
just
tapping?
played it for you.
I heard
No,
that.
because he was talking over it.
I just thought it was a bad recording. I was like, Dan would find the worst recording of the song on YouTube.
Well, I hope it came through. That's all I have to say right now.
Excuse me.
That's
What
all
were you
I've
up to,
got.
Travis?
And
What did you do last week?
I watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves,
I did too.
and Sam, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
What? Here's the thing. We talked about watching Super Mario, and I never got an invite.
Wow, Travis, what a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I didn't get an invite.
Someone else was left out too.
Who?
Me.
Oh, Jen?
No, she went.
Of course she went.
Andrew?
Yes, he didn't make we.
But you extended an
it was
invitation to him.
Yeah, it was.
I never got
we
an
never
invitation.
extended the invitation to him.
I didn't
we
know
just
there were-
decided to go. We just went.
I didn't know there were invitations because I certainly didn't get one.
It was past your bedtime.
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
But no, Dan, did you see anything?
I saw Dungeons and Dragons.
Honor Among
What
Thieves.
did you think?
Well, hang on. I know Travis seen it. I know Travis seen it. I know that Frank has seen it.
I
And
haven't seen it. But you can talk about it. It's totally
I
fine.
feel like, are you going to see it or do
I'll
you
see
care?
it, but I don't care about it.
Okay,
but I'll
great.
watch it.
I did see it. And I actually have notes about it.
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna this
surprise episode.
Yeah, surprise
Like how
episode.
Alamo Draft House did the whole Midsommar thing. This is us, but
You're
instead
still
of
bitter about that, aren't you?
This is not gonna be Drop Dead
while
Gorgeous.
he's looking up the things. So Century and Burbank are playing Beau is Afraid. Our theater is not, and I'm so pissed about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot about it until I was looking at Century's schedule, and I was like, oh, they have Beau is Afraid. Go on.
That's kind of rude.
Can I tell you a sort of a story about seeing the movie? I
Yeah.
saw it at Topanga, the dine-in theater.
Ooh.
Did
I
you
s-
dine in?
I saw no, I wasn't hungry. I didn't see anything, but I didn't eat anything. But I was sitting in my seat. It was a 3:00 show. Me and like 3 other people. And as I'm watching the trailers, I suddenly go, "Wow, my butt is getting really hot, like really hot." And I'm looking around, and I look over to my left, and I see a red button on. So I flip it over to blue. And it takes like 20 minutes for it to not be burning my butt off. I mean, it was so hot.
You thought you were in 4D. The dragon was.
When do I need that to be warm?
When it's cold outside.
In the winter.
But why would it be cold in the theater?
The theater's cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good to
in
know.
my-
Good to know.
in my
the winter
theater, when we watched it, the person I was with had the like popcorn bucket, the 20 sided
That's
dice.
a good idea. Just leave it
Yeah,
over there.
no, they had
Keep
the
it warm.
they had the 20-sided dice popcorn bucket, and we're walking, and this kid comes walking, and he sees it, and it's like, oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. That's that thing from Stranger Things.
I have a question.
Burn it all down.
You guys, you saw the cast of Dungeons and Dragons thanking us for coming to the movies?
I didn't get that.
Yes.
You did, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought
I
that
did
up.
too, and I'm very curious about something.
Why did it take so long for them to thank you?
And why weren't they looking in the camera? They were all looking off camera.
They probably didn't want it to.
Did it feel like
Who
you
were
were
they talking to?
Did it feel like you were at Universal Studios and it was one of those attraction
It
rides?
was very odd that they were looking not into the lens. Like, hey, thank you for coming. I'm looking at Sam right now, right at her. But
How was it?
it was like looking over.
All of
off,
them?
Yes,
You
all
know,
of them
you
off
know what
camera.
was odd is that they had the whole cast there, but like 2 of them didn't say anything. They
Yes.
were
Oh,
just
really?
sitting there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like, I've got nothing to say.
Yeah, it was like it felt like they wrote like a little bit for everyone to say, because
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 of the actors like said something, but 2 of them were just sitting there like not saying anything. So it was like,
Why are you there?
yeah,
Did you also, Frank?
I'm very odd with this whole thanking us for coming
Yeah.
to theater. I'm not digging it.
I just
I'm
thought-
already here. You don't need to thank me.
I just
You're
need,
what?
Yeah.
I'm already
Oh,
here.
I just
Digging
need
it.
I just need Nicole Kidman and I'm good to go.
You got 3 questions. 5. Sorry.
Well, Frank,
Did that scene deliver for you, Dan?
I loved it.
I don't know if you mentioned it last week, Frank, but didn't you say you also, I know you told me you got a trailer for Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, right before
while
the movie.
watching-
That is so funny. You should have
So-
watched the trailer going, this doesn't look good, and leave.
Not only the trailer, but Nicole Kidman and the cast thanking me.
Oh,
like,
that's a lot.
I'd be
It was
tired.
a
You
lot.
know,
I
that's a
was,
lot
I
of
was
thankies.
exhausted.
Yeah.
The past 3 times I've been to AMC now, during the Nicole Kidman sketch, quiet.
Sketch.
Thank
During
Oh,
the
you said
Nicole,
sketch?
yeah, absolutely quiet.
Good.
No one claps anymore. I think it's just done. The fad's
Catching
over.
on. I think they're filming a new one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard something about that.
I will just say real quick, overview of the movie, overall reaction. Really fun summer popcorn movie. Mm-hmm. Like, just sit back, have fun, enjoy the ride. There's very little to think about or to judge. It just hands you a really fun time. That's how I felt.
Did it
And
remind you that it was like based on a game?
that part did come up in my mind. Like, I kept thinking, what is the game here and what isn't the game? And then Travis said something to me earlier about how, or maybe it wasn't you. Somebody was saying, like, well, some of the stuff is like making fun of the game. They're like making
No, that
jokes
was
about
Frank.
some of the
No,
game
that was
stuff.
Frank.
I
Frank.
wouldn't. No, it doesn't make fun of the game. It pokes fun at situations that you can get involved in the game. So like, there's that moment where they're supposed to do the overly complicated like cross over the bridge,
I love that scene.
and someone screws it
He
up.
just steps on the thing and the whole thing
Yeah,
collapses.
so that was probably like a dexterity fail. So like when you roll the dice and you don't get over a certain amount, you fail the action. So then, the game master comes in and is like, oh, that walking stick you had the whole time, it's a portal, you can keep moving. Like little moments like that, like really, kind of poke fun at situations and ways to fix them in the game. Because
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons, it's essentially like fantasy improv. You gather around with your friends, you improv things, you roll dice. Like it's very what's the word?
Frank,
Flexible.
Yeah, Frank, adjusting my glasses here. Dungeon Master, not Game Master.
Did I say Game Master?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
I meant
no,
Dungeon
and
Master.
I will go
Whatever,
off- no,
nerd.
I know.
Wow, dude.
I will go off that too, Frank, because it very much too like it's in the same scene, but it feels too like the Dungeon Masters is being a troll. The part with the fat dragon, then the fat dragon just
Oh,
starts
that fat
rolling.
Love the fat
Yeah,
dragon.
but no, it
So
feels
funny.
very much too like they're just a bunch of, like when the way the characters interact, it feels very much like it's just a bunch of friends gathered around
Yes.
playing the game.
Right.
You even have like all the tropes of the different characters in the game. You have like the overpowered guy who has like an incredibly boring storyline, incredibly boring dialogue. It's
Guest
like,
character.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, that's
Wait,
the one.
which one was that?
The overpowered guy, the one that takes him to the dungeon to get the helmet they're looking
Oh,
for.
that guy, yes.
Yeah, the super overpowered guy.
Yes.
You have like the one character that has like a edgelord story. I'm so depressed. My life is over. You have him. That's what I'm saying. You kind of have all. You
Don't
have like
detail this
no.
too
You
much
have
for
the
us,
warrior
Travis.
character with That's what I'm saying. Is they're taking tropes from everything.
Did you guys
So
like
Sam,
the?
you don't have to see the movie. He's literally just told
You
you
should
everything.
watch it though. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I,
a lot of
I got
fun.
the gist.
Did you
I-
guys like the shapeshifter like escape
Oh yeah. Oh, that was hilarious.
with the crap?
Explain
What's her
why
name?
it's hilarious, Travis.
Wait, what?
When
with the glitch.
Yeah. What?
No, oh wait. Oh no, escape. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about
When
a
they're
different
escaping
scene.
Neverwinter the first time after they get the gist of what.
Where she's a fly.
Yeah, where
Oh,
she's
yes,
a fly
yes,
and
yes,
she turns
yes.
into.
Yes.
She ends up being a deer at the end.
Yes. Thought it was great.
Yeah, I told you she was a deer.
I thought.
I thought you were talking about the singing scene for a second.
I really liked Hugh Grant as the bad guy. I thought he was very funny.
This is not what we discussed.
I
I
have.
like how he commented on stuff. It's very hot. This tea is very hot.
I-
I think that was all really clever and fun. I loved the ending where they all pretend to be freezing, and he goes, "Oh man, just your clothes. They smell like old clothes." I'm sorry.
Now you don't need to see the movie because of Dan.
It's very funny. This is
I know.
not a movie where you, for
Yeah.
a second, think it's not going to work out. It's
Yeah,
just,
no.
We can work it out.
Anyway, I thought it was fun. What else have we been doing this week? Anything?
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers. Saw
That was
that.
fun.
I liked it. Frank, it had the ending of Super Mario Brothers had the same cliffhanger as Godzilla '98.
Wow, that's not a good sound. That is not a good thing.
This movie is probably not for you, Dan.
No, Dan.
Oh,
Dan would hate it.
No,
But
Dan would hate everything about it.
no. I
If
saw
you're
the
a-
first one. I hated it.
if you what?
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins one. I
Oh,
thought
but
was
he's so
awful.
good.
The
you
movie-
mean Blade Runner for kids?
Yeah. The one that
movie was awful.
Bob Hoskins admitted turned him into an alcoholic.
Yeah. And my favorite actor, John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Travis looks triggered. He's
Sorry.
like, yeah.
No, I was just watching something else with John Leguizamo last night. That's why.
What were you
was
watching?
it Violent Night by any chance?
No.
His finest performance as a bad guy?
Was it Executive Decision? The
no,
menu?
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
haven't seen
menu.
the menu yet.
No?
I haven't
Okay.
either.
Good, don't.
That's what I was trying
I
to
wanna
remember.
We'll
see
be
it.
watching it soon.
I'm excited about the menu.
All right, I'm excited.
John
to
Okay,
Wick.
talk-
Sam's not talking. Let's
I'm
move
excited.
on. Let's get things
I'm
going.
excited
Sam, what
to
did you
talk-
do last
yeah,
week?
I worked because stupid Mario.
So
Stupid
Mario
Mario
Brothers ruined your week.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I'm ready
Even
to
on the way
talk
here,
about
ruined it.
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Okay, so are we good with our rowdy catch-up, which was really just a rowdy, let's
Dungeons
talk
and
about
Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
That's all it really was. That's okay.
that
Thank you
trigger
very
you?
much.
We're staying current.
We'll catch up with you next week. And now,
Speaking of annoying, this week we watched.
this week we dug deep into our box of VHS tapes. I mean deep, way down
Can
at the
I-
bottom.
can-
We had to dust off a lot of VHS tapes to
can-
get to this one.
Can we go backwards? Can I give the summary first and then we do the log line?
Let's
No,
do the
according to
let's
the-
do the log line and then see if anybody can guess what movie it was.
Oh yeah.
Are they gonna call in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, our lines are all
Clear
open.
the line. Clear the line.
Read the log line, Travis, which you hasn't even opened yet.
You never told me I
Does-
was gonna do the log
Does
line.
anybody
You
have a log
always
line?
do it.
Oh, now just because you do something a couple times,
Start
now
look-
you have a
Get
reputation for it.
log line.
Start looking while I'll just sort of riff for a second. So,
Hold on, let me get
I've
the
got
tapes
nothing
out.
to say.
Bye. I gotta go get the tapes. Hold on, I'm trying to get the tapes.
oh, here we go. Oh, hold on one
Hold
second.
on, I got Dan's home videos
Yes,
here.
may I help you?
Hello.
Log line for Travis Ruiz.
A small town beauty pageant turns deadly as it becomes clear that someone will go to any length to win.
Okay,
When you looked at me, did you see that? To win.
what movie is it? Do, 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 do.
Miscongeniality.
Or is it?
That was not planned.
What's the one? Smile. Could it be Smile?
It could be.
No.
The Exorcist.
There's a lot of smiling in this movie.
It's,
With Vaseline.
it's waiting for gorgeous.
What's the name, Travis?
It is Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Gorgeous. We saw Drop Dead Gorgeous.
And let me tell you,
And
Hold
that
on,
was
I
the
just want
log
to say
line.
something. I feel like once Frank hits record, his annoying level just goes up.
Yeah, the slider up here.
That's
always
my
set
annoying
it up.
level. He sets it up. I'm like,
He was setting it up so you had to say it.
I'm like.
You had to
in,
say it louder.
No, I'm like in Batman and Robin with Bane, where he has like the pumps and they like.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching that last night.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like Bane and Batman and Robin.
No one hit his button.
Wait, Bane was in Batman and Robin?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
he had
uncultured
he had-
swine.
I thought Bane was like in the last
No, he
Batman
was
movie.
with
That's
Poison
like-
Ivy.
That's like saying there's only been
He had
one
the whole
Joker.
Yeah.
Wait,
Had the
isn't
mask
Bane
and
with
all of those. Right.
He was like luchador. He was more
Yeah.
luchador.
Yeah.
It was
I gotta
campy
show
to the
you. What year was
extreme.
it?
I did not
1997.
I
Thank
did
you.
not like Batman and Robin.
Thank
That
you.
is
I did.
not a good movie.
You
No,
know, it's
George
a,
Clooney. That is
yeah,
not
it's
a
a
good
terrible movie. But you know how I view it? I view it as a big budget remake of the Adam West movies.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's campy.
You know what?
It's got bad writing.
It has nipples.
But I
Yeah.
think,
A lot of nipples.
campy just became its excuse, whereas the TV show knew it was campy.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
this
yeah.
one did too.
Well, you know what? I think it was.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you know the Bat card. Never leave home without it.
Oh, that's not at all what Bane looks like in the
No.
last.
No.
But
And the
he's
no
very.
lamb.
I think he was more muscular than Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
Tom-
is true.
Let me see him
Tom
again. Let me see him again.
Okay, so for those of you who are keeping notes,
Yeah.
we saw Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yes.
Which is a mockumentary. I think we can all agree on that.
A little bit.
This wasn't real.
Wait, is
On a beauty pageant that took place in Minnesota
Minnesota.
Mount
in
Rose.
the late 1990s.
It's kind of funny looking.
And it's all about the competitive, competitive
Beauty.
beauty pageant?
beauty
scene.
pageant where you will do anything to win.
Even people
Anything,
might drop
including
dead. People might drop
overact.
dead.
Over what? What just happened?
A little bit.
What?
Including
So
overact.
So that's basically, I think, do we
That's-
need to do a
no.
summary beyond that? I mean, I think we should
I
break
dropped
it
the
down
VHS tapes.
in acts as best as we can, if we can figure
Yeah.
out where the acts break in that
Well,
in that movie.
I think we
Yeah,
should
it's a
just
little-
do
Act 1 for sure is clear.
Introduction, like we introduce everyone, then we'll go into the competition, and then we can go post competition.
That's literally what I freaking
I
have.
know. I'm agreeing
That's
with
what the
you.
white
He's just
Whiteboard
agreeing
says.
louder.
This joke is getting played out.
Okay,
Do
let me
you know that?
let me look at my notes.
Take your own notes.
You can go your own way.
Okay,
He did drive with
I
you.
would like to. Maybe Frank can just bring us all back to the to Earth. What Frank set us up? Talk about the
Frank
sort of
recommended this
setup-
film.
Set.
I know you know the
obviously.
backstories. I know you know the
I didn't know
backstory.
who did, but I text Travis last night.
No,
and I
you
said,
didn't.
"So have you watched Drop Dead Gorgeous?" And he said, "I'll tell you about it when I see you." I said, "Well, have you seen it before?" "I'll tell you about it when I see you."
And then
he
I
and then he
said-
said, "Just so you know, I have not seen that movie before." So then
No,
I knew Frank
I
was
came to a
our guy.
realization. I'll tell
yeah,
you about
I
it.
remember when I originally brought this movie up to you and told me something about
Oh
it.
crap!
that
I forgot to write mine. Oh, sorry.
I thought, well, I'll just go in. I'll go into my pre-thoughts. I'll start it out a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
pre-thoughts. I forgot
so
about pre-thoughts.
With this film, the name just
Time
sounded
him.
familiar. I felt like I had maybe seen it before because I remember when it came out, it lived on cable. And I think my mom and sister would watch it, but I only see bits and pieces. And it just, I never thought about it again. Then, what was it, like maybe a year ago, Frank started talking about it. I was like, I think maybe I've seen it because all this sounds familiar. But I'm like, am I just mixing it with miscongeniality? It was like, I kind of remembered something like mockumentary. And then definitely when I was watching it last night, I was like, well, when I started, I was like, oh, I've definitely seen this movie. It all came back to me.
But
It all came flooding back.
Miscongeniality is not a mockumentary.
That's
it's
what
a
I
straight
said.
up action cop movie that happens
That's
to take
not
place.
what I said. I
You
said,
said it was a mockumentary.
I
Yeah.
said, oh, I was saying I was getting confused. Like, was I like thinking? I've said I didn't know if I'd seen it.
But
I
you
think mentally he the beauty
don't
pageant
help him
aspect
out.
is what.
Don't help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
Travis,
I
that
meant
sucks.
to say like
You
the movie.
uncultured swine.
No, I meant to say when I watched Drop Dead Gorgeous, I was like, wait, I kind of remember watching a mockumentary. Was it its own movie? Was I like making things up?
You were. Yes.
I watched because I used to watch a beauty pageant about dogs, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the whole mockumentary thing here. Anyway, pre-thoughts.
Sam. I had none. How was that? Was
Oh,
that close?
I
No.
did.
His thought- hey,
I
your thoughts
definitely.
came out too
I had
soon.
pre-thoughts for sure.
It's because I had never I've heard of it, but I never really had any interest in watching it. But then you and I were talking about Frank Tu Wong Fu, I think,
Yes.
and then
I'm sorry. Say that name again.
was there
Tu Wong Fu.
Who's Tu Wong Fu?
John
Two-
Leguizamo, your favorite actor.
Oh, we'll be covering this at some point as well.
Yeah.
Dan,
Love
so-
John
Tu Wong Fu,
Leguizamo.
thanks for
And
everything.
Wesley
Can
Snipes.
you?
Oh, I know
My
that.
God.
I'm sorry.
I know that title. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and then we were like in the middle of writing here and there, and we were thinking of places that would kind of remind us of the town.
Mm-hmm.
So then you mentioned Drop Dead Gorgeous. I was like, oh, I've never seen it, and it made me want to watch it. So
For those who are listening, Here and There with Roger Garland is a screenplay that we, Sam, Frank, myself, Dan, and Travis over there, all wrote together.
it was conceived by Travis.
It was birthed by
It was pushed through the birth canal.
It was birthed by Travis, and then I also inseminated the idea. Wait, that was
Wow. Wow.
we took
Dan
two,
and I are just bystanders.
Yeah, I just stood by and watched.
so we took two ideas, we smashed them together, and then
That's how babies are made.
yes, usually
By two
smashed
ideas.
several times, and then
The guy idea and the girl idea, and they get together and
and then
something
we
else
decided
happens.
to make it a foursome, and then wait, what? Sorry, I'm sorry. So much bad phrasing.
wait to see this movie. Anyway, so pre-thoughts, Frank?
So I don't know exactly when I was turned on to this movie. It was
you
a
were
long
turned on.
Did you
while
see it
ago.
in
I
theaters?
think turned on's an
I did not because I didn't. This
I did
wasn't the kind
not.
of this wasn't
I
the
did
kind of thing I
not.
was into when the movie came out. It came out in 1989, and I wasn't really.
You were watching Mortal Kombat.
I was watching Mortal Kombat.
Blade.
Yeah, Blade, X-Men. You know, mockumentary comedies weren't really my thing back then. But I've tried to steer people towards this movie ever since I've seen it. And it's been kind of hard because this movie's not readily available anywhere. I remember like a year or two ago, it was on Hulu for like maybe a week, and then it was pulled. It's not available to stream anywhere. Very recently, I think within the last like year or so, Warner Brothers Classics came out with
Blu-ray.
a print-on-demand Blu-ray of it, which I snatched up right away, of course. But other than that, like it's been basically forgotten to time.
Well, yeah, no, Frank. When it hit Hulu, that was like the first time. Like Frank said, it was the first time ever it was available streaming. And like I said, I feel like once it left cable, it was gone.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, this movie lived in my subconscious until Frank awakened it.
He was your Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, he was. I woke up on a beach, started watching
The train
it.
coming.
On the tracks.
Frank
on the
and
tracks.
I were watching the movie like a train was coming.
You were reciting some poems, some
Yeah.
quotes.
And once in a while, I watch the movie and I'll see Frank in the corner of the screen. I'm like, we gotta get out of here.
You did your pre-thoughts, right?
You
Travis?
sure did.
Yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
If you, yeah.
So, I had heard of the movie for sure. I knew it was about a beauty pageant, and I knew it was a. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't think I knew it was a mockumentary. I thought it was just a straight up movie about a beauty pageant. But I knew it was a comedy, and I knew Kristie Alley was in it. I didn't know about the rest of the cast.
R.I.P.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know, it's so sad. I have fond memories of her, particularly in Cheers. I thought she was great.
I thought you loved For Richer or Poor.
I've never seen or heard of that movie.
I do love that
like
movie.
That was it. We used to watch it all the time growing
Isn't
up
she
in my
also
house.
in Baby Talking or whatever?
Oh, Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking
It's a
too. Look Who's
terrible,
Talking now.
terrible movie. But anyway, so that's what I knew. So going into it, I figured, oh, this is going to be, Frank recommended it, so I know it's going to be funny. I know we're going to have a good time watching it.
And it was a slasher a little bit
And
too.
there was...
You can be seen
not
as one.
really slasher.
It just-
It
There
kind
was-
of touched
There
base
was
on like
there
what
was an explosion. There was that.
And there was a light falling.
Yeah.
There was.
It's got slashy
But that was
elements,
my
but-
pre-thoughts. So let's move on to our initial thoughts. No, that was
That
our
is-
initial thoughts. I guess we're discussing. We're rolling into Act 1.
Act 1.
Act 1.
who
The
thought-
setup.
when I first watched it, I was like, this is a Christopher Guest movie, but then it wasn't. So
Michael
we'll
Patrick
get,
Jann.
We'll
Yeah.
get into that in just a moment. Yes.
what? Why can't we get into
Why
now?
can't we get
We
into it
can
now?
get into it now,
We
but
should
that's-
because we
that's
keep
gonna
going
launch
around
me into a whole
mockumentary.
tirade,
Let's go.
though.
Let's go. Let's
Oh,
do
wait,
it.
Really?
I'm
I feel like
buckling in.
I feel like I'm going to jump the gun if I do that.
No, go.
Hold on, I gotta send you a text.
Yeah, that was an era, like the 90s, rolling into the early 2000s, the mockumentary, actually even early 90s, like for about 10 years, the mockumentary was for sure a thing. And there are some really good mockumentaries. I personally think that absolutely.
I told you I'd nail it.
I personally feel like Christopher Guest really mastered the mockumentary. And he came off of Rob Reiner, who had done This Is Spinal Tap, and Christopher Guest was in that movie. And if you've never seen Spinal Tap, it's a great mockumentary, especially it's basically a takeoff on the band and their last tour. It's a movie that Scorsese had made in the 80s called The Last Waltz, which was a movie about the band on their final tour. And Rob Reiner used that as his roadmap to make Spinal Tap, which was a takeoff on this band's last tour, and I think it's brilliant.
If you've never seen it, everyone knows the quote 11.
It turns everything
it goes up to 11.
Yeah,
there you go. That's what it's from.
I told them to put you ahead of the puppet show. It's brilliant in the mockumentary world. So then Christopher Guest, he sort of took that and he started making his own movies, created a group of really brilliant comedic improv actors, including Parker Posey, who we talked about in one of the Scream movies, Eugene Levy, the great Fred Willard. It was just a wonderful group of actors, and they would do these mockumentaries. So I would say for sure, Drop Dead Gorgeous falls into that same realm. There's also a movie that I've been trying to get Travis to watch called And God Spoke, which is a mockumentary about the making of a big budget movie about the Bible, and which is hilarious and really well done. So yeah, this was made in that same.
You're sending me that on text right now.
Oh my God!
Yeah, send it.
Send it.
And Dan, what is the text message I sent you? Let's give a little. So before we started talking about this,
oh wow, I got a long one here.
Before we started talking about this, I told Dan. I said, Dan, I know what you're gonna say about this film, and he's like, No, you don't. And I said, Yes, I do. And then I didn't want to say. So I said I'd write it in a text message, and then I'd send it to him. And that's what
when I started, and
what was it?
And the text says, "Knock off Christopher Guest would rather watch Waiting for Guffman." Waiting for Guffman was Christopher Guest's first mockumentary that he directed and I guess wrote. For sure, he wrote it. So anyway, this falls into that same era and time period. But I have a lot to say about the difference between this movie and those movies.
Well, let's talk.
I felt like this was.
I feel like we owe it through acts. But go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like it reminded me of a Guest movie, but it was a lot more edgier in it was kind of like I don't know.
A little more trashy.
Trashy,
but
thank you.
Calculated trashy.
For sure, it was definitely trashy.
Yeah, and even because it even had the the joke, they kept going. I thought it was funny the first time, but every character, like I said, they knew it was trashy. When almost every character that saw the camera, they'd be like, "Oh, are we on Cops?"
And then I'm not gonna jump it, but yeah. Anyway, so how do we start?
Well, let's start
Frank,
off
there's
with
some background about this one now. We know about Christopher Guest. I don't want to assume, Frank, but I know you probably have some background to maybe give about this film.
It's like,
or
no,
some.
I don't.
I don't.
I actually looked
so
up.
don't put him on the spot.
I don't. It's just I always like with Frank, we're we'll talk about a movie and he always gives his little backstory.
No. We're going to talk about the movie and all the things that we thought or didn't like, and then Frank's going to set us straight and tell us why it's a brilliant film.
That's
true.
what
Frank was
because
so
I said
he's calculated.
Okay, but what were we saying? I've lost
I
my
don't
place
know.
now.
We were talking about.
You got me off track, Travis.
You got yourself off track.
Okay, go
We
ahead.
were talking about the first.
We were talking about the beginning. We
Yeah,
said in the
the first
beginning, and that's it.
in the beginning.
So in the beginning, we start meeting these judges. No, we meet some of these contestants. So
Yeah, but before we start off with that intro video by Adam West.
Yeah, that was good. The Adam
yeah.
West video that they then. So it's giving. I guess they're.
Adam West became the perv guy. Oh, he was such a perv in this movie, right?
No.
That wasn't Adam West.
No,
Yes, it
Adam
was.
West was just in the beginning.
He was in the beginning. He was the
And
guy
then
in
that,
the video.
That pervy judge wasn't Adam West.
That wasn't Adam West.
Can you just stop repeating what I said?
I'm agreeing
I'm
with
not
you.
sure.
Did you watch this
for
movie?
all the listeners, I am not mean to Travis.
I did fall asleep
He
at one
just-
point, have to reverse and go back a few minutes, but yes, go ahead.
No. So I'm just saying. So we meet.
Wait, wasn't Adam West the host?
He was in
the
the
video-
pageant video.
And he did nothing that was creepy.
No.
No, because he starts talking, and then you find out the person recorded over the video.
Yeah. It was Days of Our Lives.
It's the days of our lives. It's like, well, we don't have that videotape anymore.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
so-
gonna
Great
back off.
introduction.
I'm gonna
Great.
back off on Adam West. Sorry.
But then has okay.
I was thinking Family Guy Adam West.
Stupid question.
Yes.
Has Adam West done anything else but just be Batman? Because I feel like that's
Family
what he's...
Guy.
He was Family Guy.
Right, but he was Adam West, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually before Batman, he was in like these sort of like in the late 50s into the early to mid 60s. He was in those sort of
Serialized.
rom-com sort of movies like with Doris Day and stuff like that. I mean, he didn't play like the lead guy,
Oh,
but he would be
okay.
like in the movies as maybe
Gotcha.
the second guy. And
But like
stuff.
Batman made him...
Batman totally made him
Yeah.
Adam West.
Okay. Because I've known him from Family Guy.
That's
was my...
it. I
yeah.
agree with you. I
Yeah.
don't know. Even then, when first I'm like, I was used
Personally,
to Adam
yes.
West. No, I'm saying I was used to Adam West looking like he did in Family Guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, that is
that's
him.
how he looks
But
like.
wait, who was the perv guy then?
Another
Or
judge.
am I missing something? Did I just
It's
make
not,
this
yeah,
up?
it's just another judge.
No, I like-
What was he?
He was like, he never had experience. He was just like, oh yeah, like I'm here, and then he was just for the competition. He was like, oh, I'm here
For the little
girls. I mean the competitors.
Yeah.
And then he has the camera in his car, and he's like, yeah, this is here in case of an accident.
Accidents.
Yeah, accidents.
We're jumping it though, but it starts off with Adam West doing a promo video introducing what the pageant's all about, and then it cuts to Days of Our Lives intro, and then that cuts to
Kristie
they were
Alley.
in the gym, and it's like a presentation put on by Kristie Alley's character. I forgot her name.
Starts with a G.
It doesn't
Gladys.
matter.
Gladys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gladys Lehman.
Yeah, there you go.
Gladys Lehman. It's her, and then her right-hand woman, I forgot her name. And then it cuts to a gym full of all 6 or 7 contestants
And
who are all well-known now.
oh yeah.
It's an amazing cast.
Yeah,
If you
you got-
look at all the careers that came out of this, Amy Adams, Allison Janney, Ellen Barkin. Of course, Ellen Barkin
That was
Ellen
Amy Adams. I
Barkin.
kept
Ellen,
thinking,
but Ellen
I kept
Barkin was
thinking
already
that.
Ellen Barkin.
Yeah.
This was on the other, the
these are the
beginning of the
youngins.
other
Who
side of her
played-
career.
Who played Kirstie Alley's husband? I'm like, I've seen that
Okay,
guy.
Kirstie Alley's husband
Sam
works
McMurray?
all the time. His name is exactly Sam McMurray,
He always plays a douche.
and interestingly enough, I actually worked with him.
Oh, was
Did
he-
you?
I did.
In what?
In Hollywood, I did a play that he was in that I did with him.
No way.
Yeah.
Was he
Interesting.
cool?
Very. Oh yeah, super nice guy.
He was in
Nice.
Christmas
I
Vacation
mean, I worked
too.
with. I also worked
Yeah.
with Fred Willard.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
in
yeah,
a
you worked
play.
with Fred Willard.
I've worked with a lot of
Say
those.
it louder.
He worked with Fred Willard.
And Kirsten Dunst was also in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Kirstie Alley, Amber Atkins.
And
it was a
Brittany Murphy.
Will Sasso
Yes.
was in this
Love
movie.
Will
Sasso.
Sasso.
It's a very
Brittany Murphy,
it's
R.I.P.
a pretty
Sam is a
impressive
big-
cast of
Yeah.
future
Sam is a
working.
big Three Stooges 2010 or 11
Yeah,
fan.
I have the Three Stooges tattooed on my
Hey,
back.
oh,
It's
did
my
you
tramp
tell-
stamp.
did you like the
Sam,
Three
I'm going to
Stooges
tell you
movie?
something. Dan saw that film in theaters.
Oh boy, you
Twice.
different?
He went back a second
Can
time.
I tell the story?
Right after.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
it worth telling for like a minute?
Sure,
Yes.
go ahead.
So my son went to college in Indiana, a very small town, and we were there visiting him for the weekend. And I don't remember why he had something he had to do, homework, whatever. And so it was a Sunday afternoon. It was raining. There was no place to go and nothing to do. They had one movie theater in town. It was showing the Three Stooges. It happened to be playing at about 4 o'clock. And Joni and I went, oh, what the hell, let's go see it. And we sat through the entire movie and because there was nothing else to do.
You can
How did you
watch
feel?
paint dry.
Oh, it was terrible.
Watch paint
Who
dry.
else was in it besides Sasso?
Larry
Oh,
David
also, Sean.
as a nun.
No, Sean. What's his name? Who's Sean Hayes from
Oh.
Will and Grace?
Yeah.
He played Larry Fine.
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah,
You sat through that.
It was. Well, again,
I would
I'm
rather
in,
watch paint dry.
Frank,
like you
be
said.
I'm in a
honest, have you
small
seen
town
it?
in Indiana with
Yeah.
nothing
No.
to do. But I guess we could have gone to the sports bar if there was one.
For
But
some
instead-
coffee and bars.
You could have met.
We
You could have.
watched
You could have gone talk
the
to Burt
Three
Reynolds.
Stooges. I'm actually glad I saw it. It was really
Okay.
bad, but it was.
It was a learning experience.
Yeah, I don't want to just review that movie. It was just not good. Do
Oh.
you like the Three Stooges though?
No,
Overall?
no.
Oh, you were joking.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't have them tattooed
Twas
on your
humor.
back.
Well,
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Anyway, so the contestants are Kirsten Dunst, Brittany Murphy, Amy Adams,
Denise Richards.
Denise Richards,
Previous episode.
previous episode, and then
Valentine.
what? Two more people that aren't really
There's
that known.
8.
Yeah, well, yeah. In total, there's 8 or 9.
Yeah, there were a
So I'm
few that
missing
we
a
don't
few.
know. That they
Yeah.
they didn't play
But the
important
main
roles.
ladies were those.
She's in the hospital.
Aw, yeah.
Believe
Well,
me,
you can
it's
talk
not a
about that.
joke.
Talk about it.
The hospital.
No, I
Okay,
don't
wait, hold on. I would just like to say this movie is so dated
Oh, yeah.
that anything we say right now, it won't work in this day and age.
You mean don't work like
Will
It
Sasso's
was just
character.
Will Sasso's character, the perv, the hospital sign, bulimia center.
Yeah, but Denise Richards dancing with a Jesus cross on her
Oh.
back.
That one also
that's
won't work.
That plays.
Yeah,
That's
well,
hilarious.
That's it, yeah.
No.
But and then
I
the lip
think you can
syncing
still
though,
do that.
the lip
The
syncing
lip
will not
syncing.
work.
I think a lot of it still works in context because this movie is very much like this is Midwest in the '90s type of thing, right? So
But
like
it
the
felt-
datedness is kind of supposed to be like. I don't think anyone's supposed to like laugh at how everyone calls Will Sasso's character the bitty baddies word. You know, like you're supposed to like, and if you notice, Amber never does.
But
It's mostly the other people.
I felt
Yeah.
like this movie, it was made in the 90s, but I think it felt even earlier to me than the
Yeah.
90s. Like when it came out, it probably didn't look like 1999.
I have
It
not.
really, to me, it looked more like
Like an early
eight-
90s.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
even early 80s or mid 80s.
No,
Maybe,
I'd say,
no.
or say like it almost felt like I'd say early '90s. I agree with that.
Okay, so yeah,
But,
so then anyway, and then what happened?
So,
So intro.
and then you quickly come to
Quickly.
learn that the movie is basically a documentary crew following this pageant that's been going on for years in the small town of Mount Rose, Minnesota.
Minnesota. It's now
the-
the 50th year.
It's a God-fearing town. There's no back room in their video store. It's very much, the religious small town, small mind
Bible
kind
Belt,
of thing.
like the Bible Belt.
thing. And this beauty pageant is pretty much the only way that a lot of these girls can leave town. It's
Or
kind
take
of
it out, yeah.
it's kind of set up early on that guys can leave on a hockey scholarship, but girls basically get stuck here because there's really nothing else to pull them out of there. It's a small town. Our lead is Amber, played by Kirsten Dunst.
Atkins.
She lives in a trailer park with her mom, played by Ellen Barkin, who's great. I think she's
You
hilarious.
don't like Ellen Barkin, or you don't like the character? Because Dan's nodding his head.
I have nothing against Ellen Barkin, although I do have a good Ellen Barkin story that I would love to share. I actually really like Ellen Barkin, and when she was like in her prime of her movie making, I don't think she handled comedy well. And
Don't have kids.
that was just wildly over the top for me.
Is
But
that
I
is
can
that
see
the
why
overacting that you were referring to?
I guess you can enjoy that. I don't enjoy that kind of overacting. It was, to me, it was just ridiculous
Was she
looking.
overacting?
Oh my God!
I don't know.
I thought.
Eh.
I mean,
I mean that's kind of why I'm here.
I don't even know what she was doing. Like she was just kind. I wish
She
you could
was
see me on a
drunk.
camera, but it was like
She was drunk.
I did not enjoy Ellen Barkin.
Look,
I,
if
I
you
do
had
like
a
her.
beer
I do
can
like her.
fused to your
Oh, I
hand,
love that. I love that. And then, see if there's any more beer in the can. She tries to drink it.
Way funnier to talk about than to watch.
oh, okay. Damn.
I mean, as we're talking about it, I think it's funny. When I was watching, I was like, no.
I think you know what I think honestly, because you talk so much about Christopher Guest and you like his movie so much, the fact that this wasn't exactly a Christopher Guest movie may have. I feel like that's probably why you didn't connect with it at the
You
beginning.
were biased, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not saying that
no,
the
no.
movie's perfect.
But
I'm
Dan
just
likes
saying like
The Office.
I 100%.
You were doing comparisons.
Dan
I
likes The
yeah.
Office.
I love The Office. I 100% agree with you, but I'll get more into that later as we're talking about.
it's kind of like with
I
Travis
what
playing
I-
video games and.
What I look.
Leave me alone.
Wait a minute. This wasn't a video game, was it?
No.
Drop Dead Gorgeous, the video
Speaking
game.
of it,
He's like, no, he'll like-
there is now a video game of the Banshees of Inisherin.
You're
It is a
lying.
video game.
No, there isn't.
It is
Really?
100%.
Pull
Look
it
it
up
up
right now.
Wow.
Pull it up. It's a video game.
Are you gonna?
No,
you don't
she
even.
said,
You didn't even
pull
watch
it up,
it.
not pull it out.
We're not. Don't say that.
So, yeah, I'll
You
get
didn't
more
even watch
into
the movie.
But it's a video game.
Okay,
Or you play as a donkey?
you over here doing that.
I'm gonna do my video
You're
game.
not talking while you're looking
the
it up.
donkey.
So
I'll
anyway.
talk more about that as we get deeper into it. But yeah, no, you're definitely right.
Yeah,
And what you're saying
when I
to
was
me
when I
about-
was doing a little bit of pre-research, a lot of the reception when the movie came out was very much already at that point. This is offensive. This is a little too edgy, and I mean, I guess I could kind of see it. Like you were saying, it feels like something that was written earlier and came out later. Like maybe they were trying to get away with stuff that at that time you couldn't get away with. You definitely can't get away with a lot of that stuff now. But
But
you know.
I wonder though, just saying, in the documentary format, I feel like you can still get away with a lot of things
Yeah.
because what you're basically saying, well, that's
How they
those are-
live.
That's
Yeah.
who those people are. So, I mean, I guess I'll tip my hand a little bit. I think for me, my general, I guess, criticism of this movie is I felt like it just needed to be a little more believable and a little more subtle. I think when you watch documentaries, like real documentaries, that's where mock documentaries really work, is that it feels real.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it feels real. This never felt real to me.
No,
These characters felt way
Speaking
too...
of-
Whereas like the Christopher Guest movies, they're walking that very fine line where they're still believable. Who they are is believable to
Speaking
me.
of real and believable, Dan, what do you see right here?
I see Banshees, the game.
It's real.
I'm blind. I can't read.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, but you also had like...
So that you can't
also
read
had-
later.
Hang on. You also had Ghostface call you, and that wasn't real.
Yeah, you liar.
You make up stuff all the time.
That
you
happened
could
to
have
me.
just you could have dummied that thing up earlier today.
I got that call. I did not sign up for it.
I don't know. When I found it, you were like, oh, you were caught.
Hey Travis, what's your favorite scary movie?
I'm just
Oh,
trying
I
to.
signed up my husband and his friend to that as we were driving to go see the movie.
Did they get spooked?
It was hilarious. Yes,
All right.
Oh, you gotta show me how to do that. I want to do that with Joni.
I'll send you.
I wanna
that.
get Joni.
I tried doing
Hello,
it yesterday,
Joni.
But
but
you
they
have to
took
do
it
it
down.
before this episode goes.
No, they
oh,
took
really?
it down. Yeah, because it'll
Darn.
say, I'm done calling now. Because the movie's
Oh,
out. Yeah.
come on.
I know. Y'all didn't jump on the train after I showed. Anyway, what I love was Kirsten Dunst or Amber's job,
Oh, the
mortician.
the-
Yeah.
Oh,
the makeup.
And how she's just like dancing around,
That
tap
was great.
dancing
She
gets to practice.
with her Walkman.
Yeah, she gets to
yeah,
practice.
and then she's just like putting
It was
blush.
adorable.
Yeah.
And that feels like something that
It's real.
that she would do. Yeah, it
No,
feels
that-
very realistic.
But I mean, that was funny. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. That I thought Kirsten Dunst was actually very good in this movie.
Do you think maybe-
she played it well for me?
Maybe your issue with that, if it wasn't a mockumentary, it was just played straight as a straight comedy without the mockumentary aspect. Do you think it would be different for you?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think it would work for me.
No,
I like the
Yeah, me
mockumentary.
too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good, but maybe.
What, Travis?
Again, I think I'm stuck in the Christopher Guest world, and that's my watermark.
Yeah.
He's
That's
no
fair.
longer a guest there. You live there. But what I was gonna say is one thing though that I had
Subtitles for the hard of hearing.
Yeah, I didn't
Sam
get
rolls
that.
her eyes.
She's
Audio descriptive.
Yeah, I saw. She's in the hospital room next to me, and she's now deaf because of the deaf baby, and then the like.
Oh.
It's a reference.
Yeah, we'll
I-
get there. We'll get
so-
there. But sorry, Frank. So, what I was originally going to say is something that I've never really seen in a mockumentary film that this film did. I mean, I wouldn't call Wayne's World at all a mockumentary, but I've never really seen where like the characters are talking like to the camera people and having like an actual conversation.
It's kind of realistic. Like, this is the first time they've ever had a team.
I've never seen that before in like any mockumentary. I mean, I heard like The Office kind of did it a little bit in later seasons. I didn't really
Yeah.
see them.
Me neither.
They did do it in later seasons, but that was after
But
Michael
that was
left.
after. But I'm
Yeah.
saying I've never. I was like, oh yeah, because when Kirsten Dunst is saying, oh, like, oh, why are you here now? Come back later. And then I think even the cameraman has a couple lines at one point. I was just thinking, I was like, other than Wayne's World, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
But I thought as far as it being a mock documentary, I thought it held itself together in a way better than Leslie whatever.
Parks and
Vernon?
Rec.
No,
Leslie
Leslie
Vernon?
Vernon, way better than that movie did.
I heard.
I mean, there was never a point in this movie where it just kind of abandoned the concept and
Yeah.
just tried to
They
do
stuck it
something
through,
else.
yeah.
It's stuck. It's totally stuck to the concept, or to the parameters and the rules of documentary. I thought.
Yeah. Well, okay, so we'll go into that a little bit more in the third act because I think there's something I got to say about the whole believable aspect of it. But moving on with the first act, so basically, you get a little peek into the personalities of all the contestants. You know, Amy Adams plays the overly
Cheerleader,
sexed
yeah.
up cheerleader. Brittany Murphy plays the kind of airhead.
It's like a
I'm just
continuation
here.
of like Clueless.
Yeah,
I'm just here.
I'm just happy to be
that's
included.
that's what they say because that's the thing too, and it kind of goes to what you were saying about like Frank and how you're all saying about like how the pageant is Brittany Murphy's like I'm just here because every girl does it.
Yeah.
Like that's what you do. I don't know. I'm just.
There's another character. I forget her name, but she's the drama student who does the Soylent Green.
Oh yeah, it's 2024.
And then you get introduced to Gladys's daughter, Rebecca Ann Lehman, played by Denise Richards. She's the stereotypical mean girl, popular girl, and obviously as the daughter of the woman running the pageant, already has a leg up.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it.
She's vice president of the gun club.
No. She's vice president of the gun club.
The
The
Lutheran,
Lutheran gun club.
the
Lutheran
Lutheran sister
Sisterhood.
gun.
Yeah, the 9mm that she got.
That was good. That was funny.
What was the name?
The Lutheran Sisterhood Gun Club.
Yeah.
She's vice president because Tammy Curry is the
And
president.
what happens to Tammy Curry?
Well,
Another
Tammy Curry is it's one of the contestants.
She's
yes.
one of the contestants. She's part of the football team, I believe. She's captain of football team in the gun club. She's
president of the gun club.
president of the gun club. She's the overachieving, sports head. And she also works on a farm
Driving a tractor.
driving a tractor.
Her dad's tractor, no?
Yeah, is it? I don't know. It doesn't
don't
matter
remember.
because it blows up.
And it was during the part of her intro where she's like telling everybody her hobby on the tractor, and then it just
Yeah.
She drives off and it
she
blows
drives
up.
off and it blows up. And cut to a very sad funeral for a split second. And then, Rebecca has to get back to planning the pageant because, the show must go on, of course.
Of course.
But suddenly, Rebecca is now the president. Moving on to more interviews, you get Amber kind of flirting with some guy, and then
At school,
at school,
in the lunch line.
in the lunch line.
You're really
then-
helping out, Sam.
Thank you, Sam. And then
I'm just pulling a
She's
Travis.
not just repeating. No, she's not repeating. Sam's
you're
attributing.
reading the witness is what you're doing.
then he goes hunting and ends up dead. And
Well,
then you
But what you're missing a key part.
what?
Because Amber was in the kitchen cleaning, and he was rejecting
Rebecca.
Rebecca,
Uh-huh.
and Rebecca was like, "Oh, it's because he likes Amber."
So she
And
storms
then-
off.
But you also got to remember, though, it's about to get, for Kirsten Dunst's character, it's about to get very busy because it's hunting season.
Yeah.
That's their busy at the morgue. That's the busiest
the
time of the
busiest
year.
time at the
It's hunting season. And what? How does it, I guess the guy now he died. He got shot. No, it doesn't really
The
happen.
reveal
he got,
hits
he-
hard.
Yeah, he gets
Yeah.
shot between the eyes, which doesn't normally happen.
Yeah.
But no one raises an
No.
eyebrow to that at all.
As
I-
Rebecca says, hunting's dangerous.
Well, I think so too because it's like kind of like the naive cops, where it's like it's like they're like the rich family, like
Yeah, and then the
they're
request-
bad at,
The family requests for the makeup to look like he just came off of a snow trip or
yeah,
something.
rose
Just
rosy
rosy
cheeks,
cheeks
rosy
and
cheeks.
nose. Mm-hmm.
But that's when you really start getting an idea that there's something wrong with this pageant. Some shady stuff is going on.
So for
you
y'all
know?
listeners out there, there is horror. There's people dying.
Yes.
And it's in the title.
murder.
It's a whodunit.
There's
It's a
the murder,
whodunit.
murder.
What was that?
It's from Hot Fuzz. There you go, talking about murder. All right.
Okay, so we're
I had some cold brew. I'm all hyped up.
yeah. So heading into the pageant, things are still, going on. People, pageanting is going on. Rehearsals are coming around, and then what was she? No, she. What's the name of the character? Damn it! The one that's gonna sign, do an interpretive sign dance of
Oh, it wasn't she like the German Shepherd loving?
No,
No.
that's a different one. Well, she's practicing her talent
Her
when
interpretive. Oh, for the
sign
world.
dance. Yes.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
a light falls and
But
It was practice. It was
but
practice.
she
Yeah.
switches places because Kirsten Dunst was supposed to go
Yes.
first, but then the one that got hit with the light, has a nephew now that was born deaf, so she wanted to go see him in the hospital. So they switched. So now Kirsten Dunst is like, oh, that light was meant for me, but it's okay because then we find out the girl that got hit in the head, she lived, and
is
she is now deaf.
so it all worked out.
Can you put your phone away?
Sorry.
So
Everything always works out for Amber.
yeah,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Everything in the movie always works out for Amber.
All right, so moving into the pageant, pageant time. That's our second act. Travis.
So it is now the day of the pageant, and they look like they're at like a high school.
They are at a high
Yeah, they're
school.
at a high school, and then.
Wait, no, we didn't talk about the judges.
Oh yeah. Let's meet the judges.
Frank.
So
The
we
judges.
get the
I-
judge
I
that
did-
owns
I
a
did
hardware
like the
store.
judges.
Yeah.
He owns a hardware store.
Number one
he's
judge.
and he wants what is it? Amber? Not is it Amber's? No, they're not related.
No, they're not.
No, but he
Who?
wants the hardware store. I guess he's doing it because then too maybe they can get some money so he can pay for the mom's funeral because
Oh,
the
yeah,
mom
they're-
died.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
then,
keep going.
And then
Keep
we got
going.
another judge where
Well, doesn't he have a brother?
he has a brother, Will Sasso.
Who's Bitty Batty?
Tell
The
us
Bitty
about
Baddies.
about Will Sasso.
It's kind of
He's a bitty.
it-
He's. Mm-hmm.
it's more extreme than it's
They
very
should be. Yeah.
the Officer Doofy character in Scary Movie. It's like if you can get more offensive,
They got there.
you go.
Yeah.
Wait, what Officer Doofy character in Scream?
And no,
In Scary
scary
Movie.
Scary Movie.
oh, Scary Movie.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go off on a Travis tangent. Does anybody watch Mad TV?
Oh yeah.
I
no.
do, yeah.
Frank and I
I
were
love it.
talking about it earlier.
I love Mad TV. Have you seen Mad TV?
Oh, sure.
I think it's more crass than SNL.
Oh,
and I
for
wish it
sure.
had stayed on, but
Oh,
But I think it
loved-
hits more
Oh,
because
absolutely.
No,
and I would always have to switch back between Mad TV and SNL because it was on at the same time.
they were
but
competing. Yeah, they were.
They
yeah.
were.
And then too, no, it was great. There was even like we were talking like the classic George Lucas sketch. There was one with Oprah on Jackass.
I love all the Oprah sketches.
no, I love Stewart,
Oh, Stewart
yeah.
and his
Miss
mother.
Swan.
Yeah, Yeah, he looked like a man.
I look like a man.
My mom used to talk like Miss Swan. We used to tell her that.
Did you guys
She
ever
thought it was
watch
hilarious.
Kids in the Hall?
No.
I was more of an In Living Color kind of guy.
That was a really great show too. Another great sketch show.
But-
and also
so-
SCTV,
So
which is my favorite.
Let's go back to the movie we're talking about. So,
what movie was it?
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Okay,
Drop Dead
thank
Fred.
you.
So
Which, by the
Congeniality.
way, can I just interject something real quick?
Yes, interject.
No.
we've all been interjecting this whole
There's
time.
actually
You.
Drop Dead Gorgeous has actually been in development since 2012 as a
Ew.
musical.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
A off Broadway, I would guess, or Broadway musical.
I would watch it.
Isn't that
Actually,
a
yeah.
shoe store?
Off Broadway musical.
Second judge, go.
So
it's
the second
off Broadway
judge,
went out of business.
the
So no,
s-
it's not a
No,
shoe
it's
store.
still there. It's still there.
Where?
It's in Hollywood, and there's one.
It is, yeah.
And I think
Oh,
there's
is
one
it?
in the
Santa
yeah.
Monica or something.
Yeah.
You know,
so
you know too much
I'm
about
trying
nothing.
to talk about a movie here. I'd appreciate it if you just relaxed. Relax, please.
Go for it, man.
Please.
I'm with you.
Please.
I'm on it.
Please.
Go.
I know.
I'm
So-
sorry.
So
okay.
our other judge is, he tries to come off as a nice guy. He's like, hey, I'm just a nice guy. I'm just here for the community. I'm here to do this. I've never judged before. He's here for the girls. I mean, the contestants. He's here to watch them practice.
What's his
And
name?
I don't.
It's
Oh, John Doe.
Yeah,
John
John
Doe.
Doe.
John Doe,
Yeah,
yeah.
he also, he's watching the price, and he has a camera in his car. But he only has the camera because there's an accident. And he, when all the girls are practicing and they're doing the rehearsal and they do the dance with the paint, and he's the only one that claps because he's there to support.
You're jumping all over the place with this
Well,
judge.
I just got to give the backstory.
It's just he has
That's
really
forward
creepy.
story. That's
yeah.
He may have.
It's
he
no
may have,
backstory.
He may have a blue dot on his house now.
What does that mean?
It's a because he's a bitty baddies
That's
too.
a perv joke.
Is he not one?
I thought Adam West was. Apparently, I got confused.
Actually, wait, no, he also is one because if later on when they're in the third act,
Yes.
yes.
I knew Adam
What?
West did a
What
perv
part?
thing.
So in the third act, when they're at the nationals, or is it state? No, yeah, it's at
It's
state.
the-
One
yeah.
of the other contestants mentions that like implies that either she or somebody she knew slept with Adam West during one of these pageants.
I
Yeah.
and it
missed
says
that
at the
part.
bottom,
Oh, decline to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, yeah.
I made a note here. Who doesn't love Adam West in another perverted role? I mean, it's later
you
in my
go.
notes, so I know that.
I was just
And then-
But
saving it
wasn't-
for
he
the
wasn't
third
a
act.
judge,
But
yeah. All right.
But,
Anyway,
and we don't really get. I mean, unless I was missing the other two judges are there, but I think they're just playing.
the third judge was Lehman's
Secretaries.
husband's secretary, and
Yeah.
even in her intro, she doesn't say a word
No.
because it was at the
You're-
furniture store.
Yeah, you're led to believe it's what's it called? Gladys's husband is the third judge, but then it just pans to her at the end, and it says,
looking so
Judge-
uncomfortable. yeah, judge.
But
So those are the judges. Yeah.
yeah. So that was the first act. I feel like the first act generally for me feels like the strongest. It passes by fast. There's a lot of quick humor, more hits than misses. I think the second and third act have a couple more misses for me than usual. But I don't know. What did you guys think of the first act?
I thought
thought it
it
was
The
strong.
setup, the acting,
I-
the overacting.
I don't want to talk about the
The
acting. But
underacting.
I thought the setup was really good.
Oh, you know what? What did you think of Denise Richards in this movie?
Oh yeah.
I actually thought she was good in this movie.
I thought she was perfect.
Yeah, I thought this was good casting,
A role for
and
her.
I thought she played it really well.
I think I liked her more here than Valentine.
I agree.
I
for
think a
sure.
lot
I
of
think
people
Valentine,
Well,
that
for
was
sure.
overacting for me.
I just felt yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Well, it was just.
I think it's over-sexualized.
Valentine's not a good movie.
No. No.
It's
I mean, in terms of
fine.
I think it's fun
in
trash.
terms
It's
of the
fun. It
writing,
knows
though, it's
what
not
it
good
is.
writing.
No.
It's not good writing. No, I thought Denise Richards actually. I thought she suited her role really well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's my favorite thing I've ever seen her in.
Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say in her Bond film.
Oh.
Oh, I
Wait a
forgot
minute.
about
Which
that.
Bond film?
I think it's
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
No, GoldenEye.
No, she's not in Golden.
No, it was Tomorrow Never Dies.
So wait a minute. You're talking about
storming
Pierce.
now.
You're talking about Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's,
She was a
Her
Bond girl.
iconic
There
going
is-
coming out of the pool or
Yeah,
the
Kristen
ocean.
Chris
the beach.
Jones.
Yeah, it was Tomorrow Never Dies.
Is that her name?
Yes.
Can I just say there is no good Pierce Brosnan Bond movie?
GoldenEye is amazing.
Hey, there's a game.
Yeah,
Die
GoldenEye.
Another Day is amazing.
Oh, I want the Madonna song.
Was that the one
Dan-
Halle Berry was in?
I've never
Yes.
seen Dan look at me.
No,
like that.
GoldenEye. Go back and watch GoldenEye. GoldenEye's good.
You know what? Next week we'll watch GoldenEye.
Wow.
He's about to give me a GoldenEye.
Wow.
Ew.
What?
I don't know what that means, but I
Have
think
you ever heard-
defecation might be tied to it in
have
some
you,
way.
No, that's
She's
a
gonna
brown
make.
eye.
I'm gonna go there.
Brown
have
eye,
you,
you're right.
Have you heard of a?
Oh, a golden shower. Oh, is that what golden eye is? A golden shower?
We're making it up now.
I declined to comment.
There's a lot more
So
precision
we can
involved.
talk about James Bond
Bullseye.
another time. Let's stick back to Drop
But anyway.
Dead Gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like she, like some other actresses, end up in this hole where they're just typecast at the beginning and then just kind of give up. I feel like she could have been a better actress if she had
Given
chosen
the
her
chance,
roles better. Yeah, if given the chance to.
Yeah, I think a different path, but I think that probably would have required maybe a different manager /
Yeah.
agent / whatever was
Agent 007?
helping her with her journey. I think she got sort of pigeonholed really quickly.
I
Yeah.
think
Because she's just really, really attractive and
Yeah.
cute and exudes a certain, essence, charisma, sexuality. Let's just say it. So I mean, it's there. You can't deny
Yeah.
it. But,
Je ne sais quoi.
but
Je
I
ne
don't.
sais
I
quoi.
don't. I mean, I know I kind of said or intimated maybe she really couldn't act from Valentine, but I don't think that's really a fair statement.
and also
think
writing, yeah.
I just feel like she just really was given very few opportunities. And again, that's not necessarily her. That could be just the people that were
Did you see Tammy?
guiding her career.
Did you
let's
see
say.
Tammy and the T-Rex?
I did not.
Paul
And-
Walker and Denise Richards.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great.
The way you're dismissing.
I mean, you put out these titles, Travis, that nobody sees. But
Do you
Okay,
think half
no,
the
no,
time
no,
that those
no.
don't make
That
that
no,
those
made
are
like
real?
$5.
I got a story for that.
Jesus Christ.
Which I wanted to use today in the Rowdy Catch-Up, but I got a little
Rowdy
sidetracked.
Ketchup. It's a ketchup that's rowdy.
So it's what happened to me. So I was at Best Buy,
Did
and
someone
did
scratch
some
his
guy-
ass again?
Jumpy.
What happened? What happened?
Did someone scratch his ass again?
Somebody
No.
grab their
No.
buns and
No.
start digging up.
No. So Dan. So I'm at Best Buy and I'm picking up a movie. You know how I always pick the classics. So I'm there and they have a double pack, a horror double pack of this film called The
That's never
Dentist.
good.
The Dentist and The Dentist
saw
2.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at Best Buy. So I'm of course buying it. So I'm buying it and
Sorry,
I
real
whip.
quick, have you seen the movie by that point? The Dentist?
I'll go. That's part of the story.
The one time I pay attention.
No. So I
This
go.
really should have been in the Rowdy Ketchup.
Yeah.
This is drop dead gorgeous
So
now.
I go in there to buy the movie. I'm in there. I buy the movie. I'm at the counter and I'm paying for the movie. And the guy, the cashier, he sees the movie
Reaches
and he,
behind
and he
his
picks
pants.
it up. He picks it up and he goes, what is this? he's like, the dentist. It's like, is it about like a killer dentist?
And then he removes
Like,
his mask and
no.
it's Dan.
And he's like, what's going on here? And I was like, well, I was so taken back. I was like, well, I had the dentist too.
you know,
I had the dentist too on VHS when I was a kid, and
Life story.
the cover used to freak me out. And yeah, it's a movie. And it's
Answer
like-
for your crimes.
And I'm just standing there, and then I'm with two other people, and they reach out to the audience, and they look at me. Oh man, I had never been judged so hard in my life. What
You mean even after the Chopping Mall episode, that wasn't the hardest?
Oh no, because I know what Chopping Mall is.
But I have this vision that in Travis's future, he's going to be sitting at the dinner table with his wife and his two kids, and they're going to look at him and say, Daddy, how come we don't have any food tonight for dinner? Well, we've got Dennis and Dennis too we can watch. We've got the Chopping Mall vinyl we can listen
He puts on
to.
the Chopping Mall finals like that. That's your dinner.
Yeah.
It's true. I was there.
We're the ones bringing the food to his
Travis
kids.
he has nothing to say. The reason is because
mean.
he's
I
thinking,
do.
yeah, you're right. I probably am going to destroy my family.
No, this is where you're wrong because, I mean, I don't buy as much. Like I was always good budgeting.
What
but
are
I'm
you
cutting it down.
talking
I'm cutting it
about?
down. I am also,
Everything we talk about, you've got every version you can possibly buy of these things.
no, I like cooking. I do that. I mean,
You like cocaine?
That's what I
He said cocaine.
All right, so I give the movie. This is my rating. And I'll see you all next week.
Oh, I went to Best Buy a couple days ago, and there was like a nice Event Horizon slipcover 4K whatever. I sent it to him, and then he sends me back a picture of the
Steelbook?
Steelbook.
Of course.
And I'm like,
I already
all
have
right.
it. He said, I've already
I
gotten
was
it.
just trying to say, hey, look what I found, but homeboy just had to one up me.
What do you think I'm
So,
watching
Sam,
right now?
So Sam, what was the other day? A Criterion flash sale?
It was actually earlier today.
Yeah. Did you buy anything? Because I didn't.
Okay, but you bought the Chopping Mall vinyl, and you've been tracking it,
That's my business.
and the Criterion's my business.
Okay. That's how it
Wow.
should be.
So,
But actually, there is the Criterion
we at
50%
tense?
off.
are we in the second act yet for
Yeah,
Drop
we
Dead
are.
Gorgeous?
We are. We took a little detour, but we're in the second act. So
We're
now
back, folks. We're back.
So now the pageant is going on, and weird little things are happening. You know, what's going on? What is going on?
I think Travis is thinking about his future with his family
I
and how he can't feed them because he has nothing but steel
He
books.
looks like he-
and
he's
albums
thinking of
and
ways
vinyls.
to like
Y'all
sell
think
his
I
4K.
buy?
But you
do.
No, I don't.
Everything. You have
Travis,
everything.
let me-
Yeah, okay, but let's go on. A lot of these movies that I say, oh, I saw years ago. I've been watching. You act like I just seen these movies and I just buy. I
Yeah.
don't own this movie. There's a lot
this
of
is what he
movies.
said. This is what
There's
he
a
has.
lot of movies.
Oh
Can I
my
see?
gosh.
There's a lot of movies that we talk about that I do not own. Yeah, there's a few series I like. I have a good amount of movies, but I don't buy everything.
Travis.
I don't buy everything.
No,
2000,
no.
2009,
He collects
2010.
all of the slipcovers. He tries to find 3D animation slipcover Blu-rays, and he'll buy them even if he does not like the movie.
Oh,
Buy them to have them.
I also like those lenticular covers. So
No, just any
I don't see y'all
slipcover.
See, no, I'm admit. Okay, 2009, 2010, 2011. Since then I've learned. I mean, I'll admit that was as a collector. That was not a mistake, but that's when you first start collecting, that's the thing it is. It's like I would just buy everything, and now since then I've cut down. I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be my main focus. It's all
Shopping
about
malls, your main
quality
focus?
over quantity. I'm very particular about what I buy now.
So what happens in the second act of
I've
Drop
been
Dead
trying
Gorgeous?
to talk about this movie, and y'all are talking about how my kids are gonna drop dead.
And I didn't
We
say
didn't even say drop
I
dead.
said
They're
they're
just
going
starving.
to starve.
Drop dead starving.
They're not going to have any food on the table
Starving
because you're going
Marvin.
to show
From
them
outer
proudly
space.
all your little collection of movies and posters and steel books and
Steelbook of Scream.
oh my gosh. Okay.
One movie.
I don't know.
One.
Why are you
movie.
yelling?
okay, so second act, weird stuff is going on. Amber's
Having an alert.
talent dress is. Oh wait, no.
Tap
It's in
dress.
So
It's
right.
an Amber Alert.
We should talk about the different talent content. The like
Yeah.
because that stuff was actually really
I
funny.
bought that. I
I-
bought that like 3 years ago.
You still
So
bought
right.
stuff.
Okay, so
the,
right
the,
before
the singing
the
wheelchair and the. Come on, you.
Oh, you can judge me
did
on that
laugh.
one.
Don't
I
you
did.
tell me you
I
didn't
did.
laugh.
You know what?
Y'all can judge me on these two movies you probably never heard of.
And I laugh proudly at this.
I-
Okay,
Oh my
I have
God,
I have
who
no
is
shame
that
about
guy?
laughing at
Okay.
the bulimia patient lip sync in the wheelchair.
I thought
it's-
that was hilarious. I'm
was the
sorry.
leading up-
I
no,
laughed out loud.
When I went over to his house, he was watching it, and that scene was coming on, and we had to call his girlfriend into the room. Like, you have to watch this part. This part's hilarious.
Had she never seen it before?
No.
Oh.
And
No.
it was the lead up. It was like, oh, and then next up is the former pageant doing her famous lip syncing, and I'm like, it better not be her.
But
Can't be her. And then she gets wheeled out by her nurse in that awful wig. Oh my god.
no, but Dan, that's like.
But she's the
I'll
happiest.
tell you.
She is.
Not
Go
really.
ahead,
She
go ahead.
sells that lip
She
sync.
did.
What were you
No,
saying,
I was saying
Travis?
those movies you were looking at. So in like
Okay,
2021.
we gotta stick with Drop Dead
I know,
Gorgeous.
I'll talk about it.
I'll still talk about it. Oh, you're still gonna talk about it.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
I'm just gonna say I got into Italian post-apocalyptic films, so that's what those are.
That's a very specific.
It's good stuff.
Wait, what's it called? The Italian post-apocalyptic?
Italian
That's not
post-apocalyptic
at all. A
film.
very specific
Italian
style.
It's a very
post-apocalyptic.
Rim.
specific subgenre.
There's good films in there.
Oh. I can't wait for you to see. Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right, let's go. Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Okay, so before the pageant starts, there's an explosion at the trailer park, and Amber's mom is caught in the explosion and has
A beer can.
a beer can fused to her hand, as is normal in the trailer park industry. And so the pageant starts. Amber wants to drop out, but she can't because her mom promises she'll marry her carny dad if she does. So she's stuck.
and keep in mind too, any time now, I mean, Amber's mom talks about the dad, anytime. That's why the mom now can't look at tilt-a-whirls, can't see.
Or a fat lady in a tube top. But the pageant goes on, and the talent number is coming up. So what are the different talent pieces, Dan? Because
Yeah, Dan-
I think you loved this moment.
Dan's the theater guy.
Of course, I loved it. There's the singing wheelchair girl,
Yes.
which was fabulous.
Loved it.
There's Denise
Nailed it.
Richards dancing with a Jesus on.
No, singing.
No, but
singing.
what are
I'm
the
sorry, she
first
was
lines
singing-
of the
she was
song
also
now?
She'll be
dancing, right?
singing. She'll be singing.
Jesus on the cross. It was
No,
what
Mary
was
on
she
the
saying?
Cross. What was her?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Mary on the cross. Sorry.
No, what was her first lyric though when she started the song?
The rumors are true. I do have a fella.
And she's wearing this like grease.
No, it was Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, I know. I was referencing something else.
he was making a funnies.
Yeah, no, but it was like, and it almost seemed like it was trying to be Lily Von Stroot. I thought it was going to be something like that from Blazing Saddles.
Sure.
But yeah, but what she's dancing and
What
then
else?
she comes out with Jesus, yeah, and then
Oh.
Amber's tap dancing, and then
Amber's
we got,
tap-
and
I
then we
thought
got
that was
and
actually
then-
really good.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we got the one contestant who
It
does.
Soylent
definitely
Green.
I
feels
thought she was
like
going to win.
I feel like everyone in the audience thought she was,
Yeah.
and when she
Right?
didn't, you could see
I
the
think they
look
set
of
that
like,
up. Yeah.
Well, because still Will
Wait, that
Sasso
was the
even
best.
says.
Wait. Hold on.
Or-
We gotta talk about the other talent, especially the German Shepherd girl.
Oh yeah, she's barking.
all the
The
different,
Huskies sound like this.
and they all sound like rawr, rawr.
but then too, remember too when it first shows it because this year's theme is proud
oh my
to be
gosh,
an American.
Yeah. What was last
it was
year's
everything
theme?
with America. Like,
It was last year was Buy American.
yeah.
Before
And
that,
then
it was I Can.
Yeah. So and then Kristie Alley goes, I don't know how. She's like, how have I come up with these names? I don't know. I think maybe God gave me this talent.
It's just a gift from God or
gift
something.
From God. So then she said no, and then the one girl too that does the barking. Remember what she says? Remember they're all dressed up like
I think
landmarks. She's like, I think
I
she's-
misunderstood the assignment.
Misunderstood the assignment.
And it
It's
was a
the
yarn.
biggest rubber ball.
Rubber band.
Rubber band ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I
rubber
love-
bands.
I love Amy Adams' intro to her monument.
Oh, the Washington Monument.
Mhm.
I wonder why she chose that one.
Yeah, and I wonder why she made that gesture.
Well, because she also says you can't go naked.
Freedom.
She
asked.
she already asked.
Anyway,
But there's also the
drama.
line dancing by the Asian American.
oh my God, I love her. The whitest girl.
She's proud to be an Asian American. Oh wait, no, and her proud to be an American landmark was atomic power.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. She's like from my Japanese heritage. She's like my Japanese heritage.
Are you okay, Dave?
Yes. Talking
then-
about this movie
so
makes me
who
like it
wins?
so much more than when I saw it.
Yeah.
I think it's a funny movie to talk
Yeah.
about. I really do.
So-
it reminds. Sorry, I'm sorry. It reminds me. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Pink Panther movies.
With Steve,
Not
Yeah.
no, the
Oh,
original.
the one with
Hey,
Beyonce, yeah.
the only one.
Peter Sellers.
That's the only one.
First thing, I thought you said your dog was friendly. That's
Yeah,
not my
exactly.
dog.
Those Peter Sellers movies, when you would watch them, you'd go, "This is just really stupid." But then when you would talk about them afterwards, and you would like do certain scenes, that was hilarious. They're hilarious to talk about. This movie is really funny to talk about as a group, and it's making me laugh
It's
way
cannot
more than
wait
when
for
I watched
you
it.
to watch The Room.
It's
Oh,
Oh no, I've
Yes.
seen The Room.
Oh, no.
we
But
talked
I know,
about
but
this.
then to talk about it,
It's
it's
the
going to be
rever-
amazing.
It's the reverse of Scream 2.
But no, I've seen. You're talking about the movie, The Room.
Yeah,
not,
with
not
Tom
the
Hanks.
movie
Yeah, not Disaster
about
Artist,
the
no.
Not the
making.
disaster
No.
artist.
No, I thought
I
the
just
Disaster
freaking
Artist was
forgot.
very. I thought the Disaster
Listen
Artist
to me.
was very good. I
Yeah.
liked that movie a
It
lot.
was
so
but
good
no,
it
I saw
ended,
The Room. Steve introduced me to The Room like many, many years ago. And when you mentioned that in another podcast, I said I hadn't seen it, but no, I've absolutely seen it.
I can't talk about it. Anyway,
Oh yeah, we have to watch that.
Yeah, and also Best Friends, part 1 and 2.
Oh, God,
the
together.
theater
Yes.
exploded.
oh my God.
I don't know
Wait,
it. I
wasn't
can't
it?
wait.
Did we watch it in two separate
Yeah,
days?
it was
No.
two separate because they billed it as one film.
Yeah.
Frank was there too.
Volume 1, Volume 2.
No, they billed it as just Best Friends. So we were watching it, and then it said coming soon, Best Friends
That's
Volume
right.
2, and
That's right.
everyone in the
Everybody-
theater.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Yeah, the
You'll
ending
see.
to part
but
1
it's
was not
Best
conclusive.
Friends.
So.
It's Best Fiends.
The R was.
Yeah, it was in parentheses, so it's Best
Yeah.
Friends or Fiends. But Dan, you'll see. You'll learn all about this.
Can't wait.
All
It's going to
about
be
it.
in one podcast. We're going to do The Room, Best Fiends 1 and 2.
And his new shark movie coming out.
It's
What?
a shark movie.
His shark
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
wow.
we'll talk about that later.
So
Pin that. Put a pin in that.
So not to jump ahead, but
Please do.
We're jumping everywhere else. Might
but
as well go ahead.
Denise Richards
Multiverse.
wins the pageant.
Yes.
Of course, much to everyone's
By a
chagrin.
landslide.
Much to everyone's chagrin, and yes, by a landslide, and
Amber gets second place,
right,
and Amy
so
Adams
she's
also
the-
gets second place.
So she's the
No, third place.
Second runner-up.
third.
Oh, what?
Second
she's the
runner-up.
runner-up, and then they do the. I don't want to jump around, but then they do the. I guess it's the victory float.
The parade.
The parade.
With the swan that came from Mexico.
Right.
Yes.
And
And,
The
it smells like
husband.
gasoline.
The husband.
It smells like
husband.
gasoline. And Denise Richard
I actually
gets
love that scene. I'm sorry.
explodes.
Yes.
In the,
When
yes,
she
I-
refused to go up to the swan, I love that scene.
Yes.
She's like, smile.
See, that's remember I said when I was a kid I'd seen that's the first scene I'd ever seen from that movie.
The swan
was
blowing
this
up?
the swan blowing up Denise Richards. I was like, what is this? So that's why. And then as soon as I started watching the movie, I put it on. That's what I was like. Oh, Dennis Richards! It clicked.
Yeah.
That's because I was like I said, I'd seen bits and pieces.
Can I just mention what
Like
was
she
that
turned into.
random clown doing at that parade?
What random clown?
I
There's
don't
a-
think I remember that.
You guys don't remember?
No.
Is it John Leguizamo?
No, it's like this random
No, I would have
clown
noticed that.
with.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
I remember.
I'm gonna. It's
Ghost
just funny
Spawn.
because whenever when the swan goes up in flames and there's all this chaos and you hear everyone running over to the swan, there's just a random clown running with it.
Oh, that's funny.
No, what I love was Will Sasso's character getting stuck in his truck because his overalls and he's just like hanging, and the
Yes.
kids were like poking fun of
I
him literally.
love that.
I do that too. The hanging, not the Yeah, no, I meant the hanging. Like, sorry. Bad timing.
Anyway,
Yeah, the explosion happens, and then you get the.
Amber being automatically queen.
Not only is she like
There's also
automatically
another
the queen,
revelation.
there's a revelation. There's a confession of sorts. Dan, what was
Dan,
the
what was-
confession? Rebecca.
These are my confessions.
I
These
don't-
are my Kirstie Alley.
It's
Chris-
behind
oh,
all
Gladys,
the
yeah.
shenanigans.
Gladys.
Help me.
Gladys had a mental
Kristie
breakdown
Alley's
because
character.
her daughter just blew up. So what did
Yes.
she confess?
I don't
She
remember.
I
was
think he fell
behind all the
asleep.
shenanigans.
Oh, is this where you... Okay, so she was behind all of the shenanigans, exploding Tammy Curry's Thresher
The no,
I think
you're
she
not-
also
no-
said that Amber should have been the one.
on
right?
the Swan. Yeah, it should have
Yeah.
been her.
Yeah.
You
so
missed
she
that
confessed.
part.
I think
Oh,
you
wow.
fell asleep.
Oh, yeah. That probably was right around the time you fell
I
asleep.
No,
might
You
have.
just
Pivotal
pulled the
part.
Christmas Evil.
I might have. I
So
might
she
have not
admits-
been awake for that.
yeah,
I
she admits
remember
that.
Denise Richards getting blown up, but
Yeah,
then
and then right after-
then my next memory is we're in
A
the
state.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kirstie Alley confessed to everything.
Not only that, but also that her husband's furniture are as fake as her orgasms.
So then she gets put in jail, and that was great.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Isn't
She's
it,
ma-
it's so cool though how in casting Denise Richards looks like she could be Kirstie Alley's daughter. It was like really good casting. Also Ellen Barkin and Kirsten Dunst. I thought
Yeah.
that was
Oh, yeah.
also really good casting. But
I,
anyway,
yeah.
I
go ahead.
love when a movie really like
Oh, yeah.
They
nails
really
the
look
casting
like they
that.
should.
Yeah.
That could actually happen. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So Amber wins by default.
Yes.
I wonder if it will be the first or last time she will win by default.
I don't. I'm guessing
We'll have
no.
to guess. Yeah.
No. So that's
Lightning
when
strikes once.
what?
Someone
maybe
food
twice.
poisoning.
So
well,
You're
the
so-
shrimp.
jumping.
going
Give it a
into the
They
second.
were
third
jumping
act.
from the food poisoning.
Ew.
I
So
mean,
going into the third act, Amber gets to go to state, and she gets to stay at the airport, at the hotel by the
Yes,
airport.
yes,
yeah,
yes. Love it. Love it.
That's the one thing she was so excited about.
super exciting.
Super exciting.
See, it's those little things, the little details here and there that really bring that small townness to the movie.
Absolutely.
And that's what I was telling you specifically about the whole here and there thing. That I was like, I think this would be really fun to inject into the script.
Yeah,
Like
I see that now.
little details like that.
Yeah.
You know. But
Of
anyway,
course, I agree with
We
you.
gotta rewrite here and there.
again.
Again. Okay.
So they get to state, and you really start to get this idea that while Amber was probably the most talented person in her small town, there's more talented girls in other small towns, and there's even one that tap dances and does
Way
it
better.
way better and with more pizzazz than Amber. So she's starting to feel a little down, and that's when.
They had a little lunch break.
Yeah, that's when vomit hits the fan.
That's when the shrimp went bad.
Yeah. As
And why
the
didn't
shellfish,
she?
rather.
She said she didn't want to eat
Because her
seafood.
mom said never eat something that can carry its house around. So, being the only person that didn't eat shellfish, she manages to avoid the salmonella dysentery outbreak that happened because
Whatever you get
But
with
that
that
montage,
shellfish,
holy crap.
that was crazy.
Over the balcony.
that over the balcony shot's pretty good.
God.
Felt
Masterpiece.
like I was watching the trailer again for Triangle of Sadness.
That's where they got the idea.
But once again, she is
By default.
by default the winner
Of state.
of state. But at the same time, there's this cutaway to prison where Kristie Alley's making some friends.
God. I love the part when she lit, I think she lit the cigarette,
Yeah.
and then the lady was like, she put her hand in her pocket, and she just like sit there. Did you see that part?
Yes, I
Oh
did.
my God, I love
She's
that
making
part.
friends.
She's making friends.
It was
So-
a very brief third act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
It went by.
a bit perfunctory, if I may use that word.
You could almost say that it was kind of like a fourth act.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe.
Some.
It felt very like I was very. Whoa! What just happened? We just leaped to the
flew.
end. We just leaped to the end of the movie.
You thought your DVD skipped.
Yeah.
I actually-
I thought I fell asleep again.
Even with the
and I actually
second,
backed up and went, oh no, I didn't fall asleep.
even with the second time around, I forgot that the whole state and national thing happened, so I thought it was going to end right when this one blew up.
That's what yeah.
And I wanted that the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this would be a great place to end. Because I normally don't really like when you feel like it's going to end and then it
like
continues.
the climax when it keeps
Yeah.
going. Every minute after the climax
Yeah.
just kind of gets worse and worse
Yeah,
and
and
worse.
it's like, oh, I kind of wanted to end there.
Steve
oh, it could've
Carell
ended
left.
there.
Steve
And then
Carell
it kept
left.
going. The beat just
Yeah.
kept going. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, keep going, please.
Interesting.
But she gets to go to nationals,
Nationals.
which is at
Nationals.
the
Nationals.
Sarah Rose headquarters.
Oh, this is
And
good.
When they get there,
The bus full of beautiful women.
women's, they
Womans.
find that there's a giant for lease sign on the building
Coming
and that it's been
soon.
seized by the IRS for tax evasion.
Coming soon, Spirit Halloween.
And that's it.
Yeah.
But the way everybody went so crazy,
Crazy.
they like broke all the windows. It was like a riot.
Yeah. Oh, and I feel a couple of episodes ago we talked about this where one of you guys likes when movies do that thing at the end where they're like, "Where are they now?"
Yeah.
That was
I
last
love-
week.
no, I
that was
love
last
that.
week.
Oh, was it last week?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the where
so
they are now.
where was Amy
endings.
Adams? Was she married?
She was disappeared in the Philippines last.
That's
Right.
right. Holy
Right.
crap.
There-
Was
there-
she?
my-
Was she? You found out too? Wasn't? I mean, it's a. I was totally oblivious. Was she saying earlier in the film too, like she was pregnant or something? She said, "Oh, I found
Yeah,
out."
she was like 3 months. Oh, you mean?
"Oh, yeah." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I haven't told him yet." Or, I was
Yeah,
like,
but then-
I was
Oh, yeah,
thinking
yeah,
that,
yeah.
or then I was like, "Did I? It's a joke I don't get."
But what were they asking? Do you remember? It wasn't actually.
What
Because
about what?
remember, she was like, "Oh, I'm 3 months. I found out 3 months ago. Oh, that's not what you're asking me."
Oh shoot, I can't remember
But it
what
was-
the
yeah.
exact line was. So the I guess the final where are they nows are Kristie Alley's character is out of jail
Oh, the
on the
standoff.
hunt. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But before then, it says that she joined a nationwide beauty pageant for jails and she got second place. So there's a shootout back at Mount Rose, and a reporter gets hit by a stray bullet, and so
Yeah.
she jumps in. And
Amber jumps in.
Yeah, Amber jumps in.
We forgot to mention that her idol was Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It makes sense at this part.
It makes sense, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's too late. It's too late.
We're
To
telling you now.
apologize.
But she shows great poise under pressure,
Oh yeah.
and she gets her job as a reporter
With
for.
that funny bob. Worse than
With that
Courtney
wig?
Cox. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of it. So the movie ends with Amber getting what she wants. in
Everything
some type of
works
way.
out for Amber.
Yeah, even though technically she does face a lot of like losses, she gets a second chance
Good
by
karma.
default. Yeah, good karma. If you're a good person, stuff will happen to you. Okay,
So if anybody asks you to switch places, please do.
say yes
Yeah. Always say yes.
all the time. But that's it. That's Drop Dead Gorgeous. It's a
Yay.
funny
So,
movie.
Like us.
No, we gotta do final thoughts and score it. Score this bad boy. or bad,
Bad
girl.
girl.
I think
Bad movie.
More bad girl. Look.
I'm just saying that.
Final thoughts?
What do you think, Dan?
No.
I want to keep Dan's final thought last. I feel like
Dan will
it's
go
going to
last.
be,
Mine
yeah.
should be last. So I can bring
I'll
everyone
go
down.
first. It'll go from starting
Longest to shortest.
yeah,
Yeah.
longest to shortest. So
Here, you want to read my final thoughts?
I'm gonna try. I was gonna be like, I'll finish before Frank finishes his drink.
And then
Already
you
did it.
explain yourself.
I know. No, I think, okay, I'll start off with saying, I think the concept itself as a mockumentary, having a beauty pageant, I think is genius. I think it's hilarious. Great concept. I feel like the film itself, though, I don't want to say it tried too hard. I don't think that's the right word. I just felt like it was a little too extreme in ways that didn't always work with like some of its jokes. I definitely have enjoyed it more, like you're all saying, talking about it. I'm like, yeah, that was funny. That was good. It's kind of like when, you have like a road trip or something that wasn't that great, you think, and you start talking about it, and you're like, oh, actually, maybe it was fun.
Is this a foreshadow for this weekend?
Yes. No. But I think, no, I mean...
Careful, Sam.
I think the first act especially I think is great, and I think by the end I kind of just started to lose interest. I got kind of bored. I don't want to say I'm stuck like Dan on the Christopher Guest train, but I mean it's I think if you want to watch a film that I think nails it a lot better, go watch Best in Show. I think it's a better film. And I'll give this one. I mean, okay, sorry. So going in, because Dan was talking about how sometimes it was just unbelievable to how extreme it was. And I will agree, because I feel like one of my favorite Christopher Guest scenes of all time is the ending of Waiting for Guffman, where it's the character just talking about
Don't
all the
spoil it for
models.
me.
I'm not. It's just him talking about all the models he makes. Is it funny when you talk about it? No, but it's hilarious when you watch it. I think sometimes subtlety does work best, especially in these kind of films. Like I said, I liked Best in Show better, maybe because I saw it a lot more growing up. But yeah, so I will give this one 2.5 beer cans out of 5.
No, yeah, 2.5
beer hand cans.
What is it? It got
Beer fused.
Surgically
hand
fused.
surgically fused
Yeah,
beer
surgically
cans
fused.
on her. That's great.
I'll go. I don't know. I feel like how you guys feel about Chopping Mall and like Resident Evil, where it's just fun for you. That's how it is for me. I love these like mockumentary stuff. So I had a lot of fun watching it. I didn't think so deep into anything. I truly enjoyed it.
I think too deeply into the wrong stuff.
Yeah, we all know that. I love Best in Show, and this reminds me of that, so I automatically will like it a lot. And thank you, Frank, for recommending that for me. So I appreciate it. But I mean, I had a lot of fun. I'll keep rewatching this when I feel down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give it 3.99 morticians out of 5.
Nice. That's
Cheap
a lot of
Walkmans.
morticians, but
Walkman.
Cheap horrors.
I changed.
they're not walking
Walking
anymore.
Man.
I'll go.
You're on, Frank.
I am on.
Wait, get
You're
off,
always
Frank.
on.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I'm
that,
off.
That
If you're
guy
being
was on
Frank.
I'm confused. So here's where I tell you guys that you're wrong for having opinions.
You're tacky and I hate you.
This is why you're all cultural swine.
Point by point, go.
I rewatch this movie all the time. I actually watched it twice this week. Yeah. I would have watched it a third time, but I had editing to do, so I
I
couldn't
would
make
have
the time.
voted for Obama a third time.
But I can see where you guys say that it goes. So there's areas where it tries a little too hard, and I think those are the same sections that I think it misses the mark in some points. But I think it does enough right, and the jokes, the subtle jokes, and the over the top jokes come at such a pace that you don't really think about it too long, or at least I don't when I watch it. I think it's really funny. It's just the right amount of edgy for me. It's got a punk sensibility hidden behind that like small town facade. It's got a great cast, some really good acting by everyone involved, even Ellen Barkin. I think I know that you like the subtlety of it, and I know that she's overacting for you, but I
Perfect.
I think it's I don't know. I just don't look too deeply into her character specifically, so it's fine for me. And I also like that the at least the main players are definitely Amber. There's a genuine quality to them. Even like Rebecca.
Yeah.
And Gladys. Like, I don't believe that she is playing the villain.
Yeah.
She
believes what she's doing is right.
Yeah, exactly. So with all of that said, and because I have so much fun watching this movie and I watch it all the time, I'm going to give this 4 ludifisks out of 5.
Yeah. Well, and sorry, Dan, first, I just
Please,
got to say,
go ahead.
one of my...
You can do my final thoughts.
I will say, too, I just want to bring it up before I forget. There is one scene, though. I think it's probably one of the funniest scenes I've seen in a long time. I busted out laughing. Is because we were talking about how... how like the girls at this competition is how they get hit. She's like, oh yeah. One of the contest winners one time became an actress, and it cuts to the commercial with the pork factory.
Yeah,
and she's doing the commercial. And you think,
and then the
oh,
blood.
she's in a bad commercial, and she goes, I
Yeah.
love these products so much that I work here. I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, that was a great one. That was a great
but
one.
yeah. Sorry.
No, that was good.
But go on, Dan.
For once.
I just want to start by saying I did laugh at many things in this movie while I was watching it. Probably less as we got deeper into the movie. Generally, I agree. This is shocking, but I actually agree with pretty much everything Travis said. I guess
Can you say that a little
I don't
louder?
know if it. I don't know if it's fair or unfair. I just feel like Christopher Guest created the roadmap for the mockumentary, and I'm not saying this one didn't follow it. I think probably for me the difference between why I think his movies work better for me than this movie did is I mean it's cool that all these actors had careers. And it's really cool to see all of them kind of, not Ellen Barkin because she was already, and even Allison Janney. I mean, but it's cool to see all the young ones. Like, wow, they all got careers out of this. It was not this movie, but you know what I mean. But they're not improv actors, and
That's a good point.
They're not really the kind of actors that do those kind of movies. And I felt like this felt more scripted, probably, than Christopher Guest's movies, which I know for a fact it's scripted but very loose. And he hires actors who do improv, but not just improv, but in a way that makes it very believable what they're doing. Whatever the absurdity is that Christopher Guest creates, they have a way of delivering it where you totally believe that what they're doing they are
makes sense.
really doing.
Yeah.
But
So I guess for me, hang on one second.
Yeah.
For as a mock documentary, it lacks subtlety and character believability. I think that's my biggest, not complaint, because again, talking about this movie, I thought was really funny as we review it and talk about it. And maybe if I watched it again after this conversation, I would just laugh it off and go, oh, come on, this is just crazy funny. But I did kind of get, I kept thinking about Waiting for Guffman. I kept thinking about Best in Show. I kept thinking about Spinal Tap and like how brilliantly those improv actors delivered these characters in a way that as absurd as it was, I totally believed it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Travis.
no, I was just gonna say I agree because I think you nailed it. Because for me, I was kind of thinking, and I almost didn't want to say it. I was like, I don't know if it's just the script that I thought was the weakest point, but no, I agree. I think you too. It's you nailed it where you said for me it's improv actors. I think you really nailed it. And I mean, to go with you too, it's like, kind of going what you say, it's Christopher Guest too. I think he even said, well, 2 quick fun facts. One, he hates the term mockumentary. He doesn't use it for his films.
That's right.
And second, yeah, I agree. He spends at least a year editing every one of his films.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he gets hundreds of hours of footage.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But-
That's a lot of
Yeah.
footage.
yeah, it's crazy how much that they shoot.
1 year. He spends at least 1 year.
But
Was it 1 year that he spent?
I don't know.
But not all of his movies have landed the same. I mean,
feel
honestly.
like
I mean,
after
some of
Best
his
in
later.
Show,
Yeah, that
I
was
feel like that was it. After
because Mighty Wind, I think, is pretty average based on his.
What was the one with? Oh, was it For Your Consideration?
Yeah,
And that was not very
and
good.
then
No,
after
I watched that one after Best
then-
in Show.
And then after that too, he did it where I went to like a test screening for it. I didn't care for it much. Was I think the one he did for Netflix, like Mascots.
No, I thought. Oh, mascots.
was him,
but the
yeah.
opening is funny.
The
opening is
reveal
hilarious.
and it sucks that it happens so early, but it has to. I think that reveal is hilarious, and then it just
Is it still on Netflix?
It doesn't.
It
I
should
don't
be
know.
because it was a Netflix exclusive.
It
Uh-oh.
doesn't. It doesn't play. So it's not like. It's just his first few, I guess, and coming off of Spinal Tap, which he was in but did not. What is my microphone doing?
He didn't direct
But
it.
I will say this. I agree as well with Travis and I think this is a great idea for a mockumentary, an absolutely great idea, and I wish Christopher Guest would have done it because I think it would have been even better. But that's just me. I will
Fair.
give this movie 2.5. Same as you. I know.
Wow.
2.5 exploding floats. Or 2.5 exploding floats out of 5.
I was almost gonna rate mine like 9mm, then I was like,
But I
Because
will
Jesus
say, I will
loves
say,
winners.
I would totally recommend this movie to people who like the documentary style, though, because it's just there's enough funny stuff in it for sure
Yeah.
to carry you through. And it's not long; it's like 90 minutes.
Oh no.
oh no, it's quick.
And for me watching it did fly. I was never bogged down. Of course, I also fell asleep.
Yeah, I fell asleep for about
apparently at some
15
point I
minutes.
missed something. But I have to
micro
go back
nap.
and
The
watch it
big
again.
reveal, but it's okay.
So
it's a building with a lot of sick people, but that's not important right
What
now.
are we gonna watch next week, Frank? Do we know?
Screevy.
Are we?
Are we?
Are we?
Can
I don't
we?
know.
I am
Will
so ready for.
Have you seen it?
I have.
I'm the only one who hasn't seen it yet.
I have, and I cannot wait to to talk
I have to-
Screevy.
I
So
have
that
to.
one point when
I have to leave the cabin to go watch the movie.
Yes, you will, because it's not playing in the cabin anymore.
No, we lost. Dan returned the VHS tape to Hollywood Video. So
I did.
no, you taped
Odyssey.
over it. You taped over it accidentally
Days
with
of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives,
I taped over it.
It's a joke.
or it's
Sam.
episode of Big Bad Beetleborgs.
It's humor.
Big bad Beetleborgs.
And we're out. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This has been
Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Travis.
I'm tired of all of you.
Sam.
I'm Sam.
And
he's
I'm
Frank.
Frank.
So yeah,
Like us, follow us, write a good review, tell your friends about us. Please tell your friends. Please,
Listen.
Travis, tell your friends about us.
I do.
Your one
Listen,
friend.
Travis.
listen,
You
Specific
got a
here.
bunch of slasher friends. Why don't you
Listen
just
here.
tell them about your
We are
show?
stuck in this cabin. Do not go tell people to rescue us. Do not send help for us. We'll stay here. Just listen to our podcast. We don't need you to send the Rangers out here. We don't need helicopters to come pick us up. We don't need just
Why don't you just
listen.
tell your one damn friend to listen to our damn podcast?
Yeah,
You know
just
what?
the
I
only
only-
friend you
okay,
have.
Tell Sam
You know
to
what?
listen to our podcast.
You know what? I only have one. Sam, I only have one friend, and that friend has no friends. So
What does that mean?
Himself.
Oh, okay.
it's a line from
It's a
Back to
setup.
School.
It's a line from back in school. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right,
I hate all of you.
I think we're worn out. Thank you. We'll see you next week. We are out.